Hey everyone, and welcome to Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. My name is Jessica Fuentes, and I am a certified professional coach. I will be here every Saturday talking about transformation. How to transform those difficulties you encounter throughout your life into lessons. How can you transform that victim mindset into one of opportunity and growth? If you want to transform your life, the key is to learn and realize that you have everything you need within yourself. If you are looking for a safe place to find inspiration, motivation, and the tools to become empowered, then this is the podcast to listen to. This podcast is brought to you by my website, Empowered-SelfLove.com. Thank you for joining me every Saturday, and I want to thank you all for listening every week. Thank you for your support and for making Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast, part of your Saturday routine. I am extremely thankful and grateful for your warm welcome. My hope is to bring you the tools that enriches your life and that helps you become more empowered. So thank you for sharing with your friends and family, and let's continue to spread the knowledge and the inspiration. In this episode, I will be talking about authenticity in love, being true to yourself and to others. Hey there, happy Saturday! I wish you're feeling well, full of energy, and ready for today's episode. I welcome you to another episode of Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. I am your host, Jessica Fuentes, and on this episode, I'd like to talk about being authentic when you love, because it's important to allow yourself to be genuine in your relationships. So let's begin by defining what authenticity means. By definition, it means being genuine, real, and true to oneself. It involves acting in accordance with one's true self, values, and beliefs, rather than trying to be someone else or conforming to external pressures. It's about being honest with yourself and with others, and living in a way that is consistent with your core identity. So in order to be real and authentic, you really need to know yourself, know your values, and act according to these. And guess who gets to establish that? You. Having a clear definition of who you are will allow you to establish stronger bonds with others, because you will attract people that vibrates at your same level of energy. I used to be a person that was constantly afraid of being rejected and felt super insecure of myself. And feeling like that made me feel less than others, and therefore I accepted everything, the good and the bad, from anyone. At the end of the day, my focus was to be accepted, and that implied me being a people pleaser, regardless of not feeling happy at times with the things I did to be complaisant to others. So, when I was this people pleaser person, I was really adjusting to the needs of others, and as a result, I was not truly happy because I was placing myself inside a drawer or in the mold of others. It wasn't until I hit bottom that I realized I needed to prioritize my needs in order to liberate myself, to get to know myself and what really mattered for me. And therefore, I got to establish my own values and learned who I truly was. As a result, my relationships improved. The people who belong in my life respect my boundaries and accept me for who I truly am. Not only do I feel more genuine and happy, but the people who interact with me are more genuine themselves and appreciative of the person that I am. So basically, being genuine freed me from fears,
and from acting based on other people's needs and desires. Now, I don't do anything that doesn't align with my values and with who I am. So, there are a couple of key points I'd like to discuss today because they serve as a guide for your journey of self love and self discovery. And that will in turn help you be more authentic and love freely, resulting in better connections with others. The first key point is self awareness, understanding who you are. It's super important to understand why you have acted X or Y way in the past, understanding the emotions that show up for you, and begin to determine your true values and what is meaningful and important for you. That is key in your journey towards authenticity and therefore to maintain authentic relationships. So I invite you to reflect on your life, on the things you have done that really don't make you proud, and analyze your life journey up until now. Reflecting is the first step to discover who you truly are and what is truly important for yourself. The second key point is that there are risks when you are a people pleaser. The major thing that is at risk when your focus is to be accepted by others and you act as a people pleaser is that you can lose yourself along the road. I know this because I experienced it since I was in my teens. For years, I played the game of being accepted, but I never truly knew who I was. It was hard to define myself when my focus was always on someone else. And when you act as a people pleaser, you become people's puppet. They play you and they don't really value and appreciate you. They can even take you for granted because the message that you are really giving is that I'll do anything for your acceptance. So, this behavior can lead to a lack of self esteem, lots of anxiety, and even depression. The third key point I like to share is that there are infinite benefits when you're authentic and when authenticity shows up when you love others. When you leave behind the idea that you should act according to others' needs, you become free and you attract the correct people into your life, and the ones that don't belong will simply leave. This process can sometimes make you feel lonely, but if your focus is on you, loneliness shouldn't be something you fear. Rather, the time alone now should serve you as an opportunity to get to know yourself and to determine what is truly important for you. What is it that you want for yourself? What are your goals? What things you like to pursue? And the quality of the people you want to spend your time with. Having a clear definition of yourself leads to deeper connections with others and more authentic relationships. You are then free to love without fear and without needing to act against your own will or against your values. The greatest benefit of this process is the genuine joy you will feel and the true connections in your life. Love will be genuine and real. The fourth key point I like to cover on today's episode is that I like to share some strategies that will help you in staying authentic. The most important strategy is to set boundaries. Once you have determined your life values, you can establish boundaries. Don't allow others to surpass those boundaries because you don't want to go back to being nobody's puppet, right? If you ever feel lonely, just reflect. That is an opportunity to take a step back and look as an outsider. Are you really alone? Are the people that have cut ties with you truly appreciated you for you being your genuine self? Why feel lonely when you have yourself and your companionship? Don't associate being alone with feeling lonely. Remember that you can feel lonely in a room full of people. Another strategy is to be constantly working on your communication skills with your partner, with your friends, family, and everyone in your life. Because communication is key. Don't underestimate it. You can also do journaling or meditate or join groups that connect with you, with people that have similar interests and values as yours. And the last key point is to learn how to overcome the fear of rejection. I know how terrifying this feeling is, but it is more terrifying to lose yourself in the process of looking for acceptance. You are not alone. And if someone does not accept your authentic self, it is because that person does not belong in your life. If others don't fear losing you, you shouldn't fear losing them either. As a matter of fact, the times in which I was focusing on the rejection of others was the time period in which I felt most betrayed, more rejected, and even depressed. And you know what? I ended up losing those people. The level of stress I placed upon myself because of others' acceptance was insane. And it was truly unfair for myself. It was not until I figured out who I truly was and what truly had value in my life that I was able to liberate myself. Many people left my life, and that, instead of bringing me down, gave me peace. I don't wish anyone bad, but if the result of their absence is my peace, I'd rather keep my peace and my authenticity with me. There is nothing more liberating than being able to be genuine and completely authentic because your connections will also be real and will show up for you being their true selves. Because your approach towards authenticity will also motivate them to liberate themselves and to allow themselves to live a free and authentic life by being their true selves. So, as I wrap up today's episode, remember that being true to yourself is the greatest gift you can give to you and to those you care about. Embrace who you are, set boundaries that honor your values, and let go of the fear of rejection. Authenticity is not just a trait, it's a journey of self discovery and of self love that leads to deeper, more meaningful connections. As Brene Brown wisely said, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Let this be your mantra as you navigate your relationships and your life. By being genuine, you not only liberate yourself, but also inspire others to do the same. I hope this episode has inspired you to live authentically and love freely.
If you feel that this is a message you connected with, I am very glad and happy that this will be the beginning of an extraordinary journey of transformation and empowerment for you. So remember that we have a date every Saturday.
Don't miss out on the next episode. It'll be a special episode dedicated to the 1 year anniversary of this podcast and the infinite journey of self-love and empowerment.
Thank you for listening to today's episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that it brought some perspective as well as hope. If there is any particular topic you would like me to discuss, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email at jessica.fuentes@empowered-selflove.com. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me there as empowered.selflove. I also encourage you to visit my webpage, empowered-selflove.com, and explore more about what coaching is all about. In the Services tab, you can sign in for the free discovery session. During the discovery session, I will explain everything you need to know about coaching, the type of coaching I specialize in, and the packages I have available for you. You can find all the links on the episode's notes. Remember, if you like this content or thought of somebody that could benefit from it, please share it with your friends and family. Remember that we have a date every Saturday, and I can't wait for us to meet again. See you next week!